please. Good afternoon. I'm Nassau County Legislator Ronnie Drucker. Thank you. You know, I can't be more pleased than the fact that Chuck has decided to have his headquarters in my backyard, because his values and his ideas coincide with the people in this community. Progressive, forward-thinking, intelligent, people who have their values to the people here in the neighborhood. I'm so proud to have him here, to honor him by this campaign kickoff. And we are really privileged today to have, in my opinion, I'm not just saying this, the greatest county executive Nassau County has ever had. She has brought a ray of light and hope to this county that we had never seen before. She inspires confidence. She's doing such a tremendous job, and we're so proud to have her. I enjoy working with her every single day. And everyone, I'm not going to take up too much time here. I want to introduce my friend, County Executive Laura Curran.
Thank you very much, Arnie, Legislator Drucker. I appreciate that, and I enjoy working with you and Legislator Dirigi Witten very much at the county. We've got a great team in Nassau. We're very lucky. So now it is my honor to introduce the next person who's going to speak. So Chuck got into public office because he wasn't satisfied with the status quo. The status quo was in Albany with people who weren't really looking out for the people that they represented. So he did something very bold. He took it on, and he was successful. And since he's been there, he has fought for us every single day. And just look at his record. He was at the forefront of fighting for marriage equality. He is passionate about protecting a woman's right to govern her own body. He takes very seriously that little sentence in the state constitution that guarantees a sound and basic education to every child in New York State. He's also on the forefront of common sense gun laws that have been enacted here in New York State. We're leading the way in the country. And he also fights for our veterans, making it easier for them to access treatment for PTSD. And so that is a very, very large accomplishment, and we thank you for that. The thing that I like so much about Chuck is he understands that government plays a very important role in allowing everyone to have a good life and to be able to reach their potential. That government does play a role there. And I think that's something that gets lost in our national discourse all too often. So you're here, obviously you're supporting Chuck, but there's something else about Chuck that is incredibly important. He's a little bit of a political ninja. And I saw this firsthand. So as county executive, I need Albany desperately to get things done, like fixing our assessment system. And I know that you really want to hear all about assessment and what we're doing because it's very interesting, but we'll just leave that for another time. But I will say that Chuck helped me navigate some pretty tricky politics up in Albany. Helped me avoid some danger zones and actually got some legislation passed that was instrumental in helping us to fix our assessment system. And I'm very grateful for his guidance and his wisdom and his leadership and his help. So thank you.
Yeah.
And then there's just one more thing about Chuck. I don't know if you realize, but he's got a birthday coming up on Tuesday. And I understand that there's a cake. Is my information correct? All right, so as we're waiting for this beautiful mythical cake, let's sing Happy Birthday to Chuck. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chuck. Happy birthday to you.
And without further ado, the man of the hour, Assemblyman Chuck Lavine.
talk about assessment.
Laura, thank you. We could not be more fortunate to have a truly unique, smart, tough, strong county executive, and that is my friend Laura Curran. Laura, and thank you for the birthday cake and the birthday wishes. And Arnie, or I'm going to blow this out, or are you going to blow this out? I want to thank Arnie Drucker as well, who does an extraordinary job of representing this community, the Plainview Old Bethpage community, in a very tough environment, the Nassau legislature. And speaking of someone else who operates with great ability and nobility in a tough environment, my friend Delia Dirigi-Witten. Introduce a few people, and then I want to speak with you a little bit, but I do want you to know that on behalf of Ronnie and me and our family, I am overwhelmed by the number of people who are here today, especially in our thank you. So Laura and I have established a very, I would say, productive partnership and working relationship in Albany. And we have not had for 8 years an effective county executive fighting for the rights of Nassau residents. We have one now, and let's hear it. A few other introductions. So we have Mayor Tim Tankey, City and Marcia Silverman from the Glencoe Jim Garland, who will be our next state senator. Kevin Thomas will be sworn in as state senator on that same day. My colleague Tony Durso doing remarkable work in the Commonwealth and state. And there's another dear friend here today who's going to be sworn into the state senate on that same day, and that's Anna Kaplan. And this, my friends, is Christine Pellegrino, who fights for Nassau ancestors every day of the week in Albany, doing great work. I also want to introduce my family and thank them. Ronnie Lavine is here, a very Brian's here. Megan Lavine, our wonderful daughter-in-law. My son Greg is here somewhere. And I also want to introduce two people, special people. In the yellow is Zachary Joseph Lavine. Somewhere here as well is Kiki Davis, who is the daughter of her father, Jeremy, is holding her, and Janet Davis is our wonderful chief of staff. I want to speak about them a little bit in just a minute, because they're the reason we are all here. I also want to introduce my friend, and her mom is my friend as well, and that's Joanne Curran Perucci, who will be our next judge. And she is here with a bunch of gorgeous kids. State Senator John Brooks is here. He may just have had to leave, and who's doing great work. And from the political sphere, Dave Gugerty, Democratic leader, John Ryan, Democratic leader in the town of Cindy Serrano, Democratic leader in the city of be very happy and very proud because I come out of the labor union movement, and I'm probably the only person in elected office who's ever been on strike, not once but twice. And the record was 500, won one and lost one. Joanne Smith, a dear friend of ours and the head of Planned Parenthood of Joanne and the other brave Planned Parenthood personnel are every day on the cutting edge of the battle that brings each and every one of us here today. And that's the battle for human rights. And women's rights are...
That's why we love you, Chuck.
Thank you, Joanne. Thank you. Rachel Klein is here with Mothers Demand Action and Long Islanders for Gun Safety, and I am very proud to be the first person who's ever been endorsed by these wonderful, wonderful people. Thank you, Rachel. And my friend Habib Ahmed from the Islamic Center of Long Island is here as well. So, why are we all here? We are all here because we have a great measure of concern. And we had a great measure of concern over the way Nassau County was being run. And that's why we elected Laura Curran. And we had that measure of concern, and that's why Christine Pellegrino was elected. That same measure of concern is going to elect each and every one of the people running for office here today. But that measure of concern is legitimate. We are frightened. My friend Karen Barnaby is here from Seacliff. Karen grew up in war-torn Europe after the Second World War. This is serious stuff. It is life and death stuff that we are all involved with. That's why it is so impressive that so many people have come here today to gather together, to be brothers and sisters and stand together. Now, we don't want the world that we envision, the world that could happen if present national policies continue. We don't want that world for Kiki Davis or for Zachary Joseph Lavine. We don't. So, I am as proud as can be to be here today announcing my candidacy again. And to stand with each and every one of you because we have our work cut out for us. If we want our nation to be the kind of nation we can be proud of, which is really what is great about America, then we need to fight. And we need to fight today like never, ever before. So, today we stand together. We will continue to stand together. And we will be victorious. And we will make sure that each American enjoys full rights. And I also want to give you best wishes from a few other people. Laura and I, John Brooks, were with the governor yesterday. The governor sends his best wishes. John Burns from the Coordinated Campaign, governor's representative here on Long Island, is with us as well. We are unified in a way we have never been unified before. And we must continue with the strength that comes from that unity. I could not be prouder than I am to stand here today with my family, because that's what this is all about in the end. It's about our families. And with each of these extraordinary people who represent us and will represent us. In the meantime, Jared Gerke, my wonderful campaign manager, is here today. And Jared has got absentee ballots for children who are, for our kids who are away at school. And yeah, and I'm not going to suck both my fingers here. I promise I'm not doing that. So, on behalf, most importantly, on behalf of Kiki Davis, this beautiful child right over here, and on behalf of this other beautiful child, thank you for being here. And let's fight! And we have food as well. So let's have some fun.